Hey, so, do you hate me? Well, I'm sure you don't love being my prisoner. What do you mean, what do I mean? Are you telling me you haven't considered that once? Yeah, I guess, but, do I need to beat you in order for you to be my prisoner? Like, is the act of inhibiting another's actions not problematic on its own? Well, parents are a different story. If kids weren't controlled, they'd die within days. Right, but you're not a kid. You can take care of yourself, right? No, I'm not kicking you out. I don't know, I'm just talking. Is that allowed? Just because I don't normally talk to you about these things doesn't mean it's out of the ordinary for me. Okay, well, being out of the ordinary isn't a bad thing on its own, is it? Yeah, that's a good point. Like, what knowledge do you have? What point of reference do you have? Doesn't that bother you? Oh, that? That's an artist's rendition of The Last Supper. Yeah, well, it's this religious painting. Or I guess it's a story. I guess it really happened? I'm not sure, to be honest. Well, religion is something we made up to explain stuff about the world, you know? It's in a different category from science because it can't be proven. It's just stories about ideas about how we got here. Yeah, like how we got here. No, not how you were born, like how everything was born. Never mind. This painting is about Judas. The story goes that he betrayed God, who is supposed to be like everyone's dad. Well, the people of Rome wanted the Son of God dead, like the actual Son of God, and so he was in hiding. But Judas gave up his hiding place to the Roman government. Yeah, I applaud your tenacity when it comes to learning, but I'm not well-versed or sober enough to give you a coherent education on any of this. Oh, yeah. Well, the person who gave it to me spilled coffee on it. Those are poems about animals. Yeah, I guess I'm an animal too, but, these poems are about animals that can't write their own poems, you know? I fall into the shadows, to the core of shattered things, and I can see spiders and pasture coppices
of secret, inconclusive timbers, pacing through soaked, uprooted fibers at the living heart of matter and silence. From dust-laden glances fallen to earth, or noiseless leaves self-buried. Here are violets from tarnished metals swallows, with the void incarnate. All things we love, the which inform sweet messages. There is an engineer, a divine watchmaker. I want them to weave me a star.
What? Oh, well, the same person who gave me these gave me that painting and spilled coffee on it, and that person is this guy, and that guy is my dad. Yeah, sort of like God, I guess. Well, I'm sort of like your dad. You know how I feed you and give you baths and medicine and hang out with you and stuff? Well, he did that for me. Well, technically not, but he was supposed to. Yeah, I guess there have been times where I've been sad about it, but, I grew up without him, And when I did meet him, I had to get used to this idea of this weird dad guy. Dad never really meant dad to me. He was more like a weird, old, kind of funny guy. Like if a 40-year-old started hanging out with a middle schooler, but, it wasn't weird, nothing sexual. Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
Novella, Meaning of Life.
Bull. Meaning of life. Ha!
Do you know about the domestication of cats? We domesticated wolves, like, intentionally to help us hunt, but you guys sort of, like, domesticated yourselves. Yeah, it's true. Well, yeah, when human camps started to get bigger and bigger and have more people that were eating more and more food, that started to attract rats and other little rodents that wanted to nibble on our goodies. And after a while, you guys started noticing that all of your favorite little critters would always be hanging around our camps all the time. Now, for the most part, y'all weren't big or savvy enough to get past our tools, but you did notice that a mutually beneficial relationship could exist in which you get all the free rats you want, and in exchange for keeping the place firm and free, you would be given a place inside the human villages, spared from being hunted, away from the harsh, cold environment of the food chain and nature. It's interesting stuff, right? Yeah, and you can eat the little scraps that we drop on the floor, that's true. Now that I think about it, you're not really my prisoner. I'm your bitch. Humans are still working our asses off to take care of you, but you're kind of useless to us now. You can't even catch a cockroach in our apartment. It's an interesting relationship. It's like how we'd raise a child, but without regimen or discipline or education. We don't raise you per se. We don't have hopes of you growing up to be your own independent thing. We own you. You live with us now. You always will until you die. You're a living thing that has become like a comfort object, a decoration. But you're more than that, though, because we feel a connection to you. And it's like we preserve your species just because you bring us joy. We can't leave your existence up to chance, up to nature, up to the food chain. We have to interfere to keep you by our side, which is such a powerful form of love. It's like we see the damage that our breed has caused over our ecosystems. We can't protect you.
All species and we actually
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Soho, where you drink champagne and it tastes like Coca-Cola. Cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a dark brown voice she said hello.